So the mission team received credible information about bodies found naked and or tied, and in one gap. Stop. Already in the first line, this is crazy. They found him bound, naked, and gagged. And some of the
so this is, by the way, done by the Hamas terrorists that Hasan supports every stream. Okay, I did the whole legwork on the Hasan drama. You think you know the Hasan drama?
I already tell this is gonna be a great conversation that I know my YouTube.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Really great. I actually woke up from a nightmare last night because I was like, they banned my Twitch and my YouTube, so I was like, oh god, I'm so fucked. But thankfully, I woke up and I still have my channel. So.
Listen, I'm not saying that you getting banned would be hilarious content for the double standard of Twitch, but I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, did you see that Asmongold said I was going to be a martyr for the platform?
Oh, God. Listen, Asmongold was kind of a martyr. The major Hasan hate train started when Asmongold was banned for his Israel-Palestine take.
What was that? The inferior culture one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why he can. He says that once again. Totally valid. He got banned, but the things that they're also saying they're not getting banned for, I just find absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So are you all caught up to date on the Hasan, Ethan drama and the Cinder drama?
Oh, dude, I am so up to date. I took notes on the whole debate. I recorded like a 3-hour video yesterday about the Hasan debate and all the terrible tactics he used. I could give you some like epic insight into how retarded. Can I say that word on your stream?
You can say any word on my stream. It doesn't matter.
Right. I could give you some great insight into how retarded Hasan is. Do you want just like a fun one? It's not so fun.
Sure. Okay. So we're starting with Hasan. Yeah, let's do that, man. I would love to hear your full thoughts on this.
All right. Well, in that case, so he quoted the UN report, and he said that the UN report that says that rapes happened on October 7th in Israel only has circumstantial evidence, and he needs pics, or it didn't happen.
Isn't every potential rape based entirely on circumstantial evidence, like come inside vagina?
Literally, unless they do a rape kit actively immediately after it happens, it's always circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I sent you a link to the UN report. He fails to mention what the circumstantial evidence is.
Okay, I'll pull it up right here. So is this?
So if you pull up the UN report. Oh no, this is the actual UN report on the sexual violence that occurred that day.
Oh damn. Okay. What page should I go to?
If you scroll to point 66 and 68 as examples.
Oh my god, bro! What the fuck? Okay, 66.
Just go to point 66. Yep. All right, listen, I told you, I did the legwork here.
Okay, I'll read it out loud. I'll read it out loud for chat.
All right, so this is the circumstantial evidence that he doesn't trust because it's only circumstantial.
Okay, let's see. So the mission team received credible information about bodies found naked and or tied, and in one gap. Stop. Already in the first line, this is crazy. They found him bound, naked, and gagged. And some of the
so this is, by the way, done by the Hamas terrorists that Hasan supports every stream. Okay, I did the whole legwork on the Hasan drama. You think you know the Hasan drama? Just read 68. Read the whole 68.
Okay, let me finish 66. While verification of sexual violence against these victims was not possible, circumstantial evidence, notably, which is obviously every single time, the amount of female victims found undressed and bound, that's maybe indicative of some form of sexual violence. It's insane. During the attacks of kibbutz Kfar Aza, located about 3 kilometers from Gaza perimeter fence, approximately 50 residents of its population, around 700 were killed when 100 militants entered the kibbutz. Am I saying that right, kibbutz?
Yep.
Armed with military-grade weaponry. Most killings were reported to have occurred within 12 hours before the IDF were deployed to the area. Dozens of houses were burned. Fighting between militants and IDF forces and the normal kibbutz was reported to have ended only on 10 October, complicating the recovery of bodies. The mission team collected information from first responders who reported discovering bodies of women naked with their hands tied behind their backs and gunshot wounds to the head. Well, Jesus Christ. Well, verification.
So remember, he claims that he's upset that not enough people came forward. But you realize most of these people that were raped were also murdered.
Yeah.
Right? And so he says it's circumstantial evidence, but there's a pattern of women bound and killed naked with blood between their legs. And he's like, well, that's just circumstantial.
Okay, so he's just a fucking piece of garbage who's just like vehemently...
He's a piece of garbage.
He's just vehemently defending Hamas.
You can have whatever take you want on Israel, Palestine, whatever your actual opinions are. To be there and go out there and be like, no, not enough people came forward and the evidence is only circumstantial, that is evil. It is evil, terrorist apologia,
Yeah.
and evil.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe he's a necromancer and he can revive some witnesses so they can come forward.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually crazy, man. I'm actually glad you did the research on that. That's even more fucked up than I thought. Especially
it's
like
even worse.
such like.
You want to see what the Houthis did? That he says the Houthis deserve a peace prize. You want to know what the Houthis did?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to know. Actually, yeah.
So today, the Houthis bombed an airport. Today, this happened this morning, literally. I don't know if you want to see videos of that.
Is there's videos of this?
Yeah, it happened this morning in Israel.
Okay, yes, send it,
Bombed an
man.
airport.
These are the ones that he said are like Monkey D. Luffy, right?
These are the Monkey D. Luffy ones. Also, they contributed to the deaths of 377,000 people in Yemen, 70% of them being under 5 years old.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the Houthis. That's the Houthis.
Wait, can you send me a video of that of the bombings?
Sure.
Can I show this on Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know you stream on Kick these days.
People
so
were
I was wondering
injured.
if there was a
Luckily,
reason.
no one was killed.
Okay. By the way, how is Kick going for you?
I like Kick. They pay me.
Oh, that's great. Okay, hell yeah.
All right, so that's one. I could send you a ton of these. There are tons of different angles. So the way it works in Israel is essentially it depends which terrorist organization decides to bomb Israel. But the Houthis are in Yemen, so it's a little further. So when they shoot their rocket, essentially an alarm goes off. The 10-minute heads up, Israel, a rocket is going to impact Israel at some point somewhere, and they have like a range. And then about a minute before impact, another alarm goes off. Get into the bomb shelter. The Houthis have been doing this, by the way, like 5 times a day, every day, for like a long time.
Wait, so are you telling me that terrorists are bad people?
Yeah, I know. It's a pretty crazy take. But yeah, terrorists bombing civilians is actually not good.
But I've been watching Hasan, and he told me they were really cool.
Well, he said they deserve a peace prize.
Huh.
A Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay.
Did you see that clip?
I believe I actually did. I believe I did.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I take it you don't like Hasan much.
Well, he wants me dead, so why would I like him?
Oh, that's a very fair point, Nux. That's a very fair point. Okay. So in the debate of Ethan versus Hasan, who do you take as the victor and why?
So, all right. So, hot take. It was definitely a 2 retards fighting situation for a chunk of it.
Okay.
However, I go with the guy that doesn't actively support the terrorists, you know?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be real, like, I feel like Ethan, with all of his, like, I guess, quote-unquote credibility and, like, who he is as a person, he did a very good job versus someone who, like, deems themselves, like, a debater. You know? Because, like...
Okay, you ready for another fun point about Hamas Piker?
Yeah.
All right?
Wait, is it Hasan Hamas Diddy Piker? Or what is your full nickname?
Yeah. Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Piker himself. So I do have to say, name me one person that is pro-Israel that Hasan has debated since the war began.
I'm gonna venture to say 0.
0 is correct.
Okay.
He doesn't debate. He doesn't ever introduce other viewpoints at all on his stream. The only person he's debated aside from Ethan was Willie Mac Show, who was like, you know, he's not really like a politics YouTuber.
Yeah.
And even Willie Mac Show dog walked Hasan. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it is very, very, very uncomfortable. Just like how weird that whole side of Twitch is, and the preferential treatment of them. Pretty much the disgusting putrid shit they say every single fucking day. They get no punishment for it whatsoever. And even so far as seeing Twitch staff in his chat supporting him and going against what Ethan was saying was honestly disgusting for me to see, to be honest, because that to me speaks volumes of why I got banned for calling Frogan fat, and she didn't get banned at all for saying American soldiers deserve PTSD. I just feel like there is definitely blatant favoritism on this platform, and it's just really not good to see. It's disgusting, to be honest.
It's awful. I mean, Hasan calls the U.S. military a terrorist organization. That is, I don't even know. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Apparently, wishing death and violence on Jews or veterans or soldiers, that's A-okay with Twitch politics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
for some reason.
It's definitely got me considering moving full time to YouTube if something doesn't change soon. And I do believe that hopefully there's going to be a tipping point soon where they realize that this shit is not okay, and whatever agenda they're trying to push isn't going to fly with the people who consume the content on this platform. However, it's been going on for so long that I'm beginning to lose hope, which is definitely very, very, very unfortunate. Yeah,
it's pretty rough. I mean, that entire like squad of people, like I don't know, have you heard of the band Kneecap?
I have actually.
So they're an Irish band. They're friends with people like Hasan and Mia Khalifa and like that whole little squad of douchebags that all support terrorists.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this one. Okay, I don't want to make you like upset on your stream. Did you see the Mia Khalifa clip about veterans?
No, I haven't.
Let me find that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's the same squad of like literal terrorist sympathizer pieces of shit. It's unbelievable. Like they gaggle together. So Mia Khalifa is well known for saying that she wishes the Hamas terrorists flipped their phones to landscape mode so they could watch the atrocities better in better footage during October 7th.
Well, that's just weird as fuck to say. I don't know. Like, how is this even coming out of a human? Well, that being said, I mean, with how many loads she's taken in her mouth, surely she's got some brain damage going on there. I don't really know why we're going like and looking into an ex-porn star's opinion on politics. I don't really understand why we're doing that. But yeah, I mean, the bitch has to be retarded after how hard she's been face fucked in those videos.
I mean, she would literally be executed if she returned to the Middle East for being a whore.
Yeah, no, absolutely. By the way, some guy in chat says Nux is far too Jewy. Do you take offense to that, or is it like a compliment?
I guess it depends who says it. If Hasan says it, I run away. I don't want to get stabbed with any swastika swords, okay? Listen.
Yeah, well, it's technically not a swastika sword.
It's a Bleach sword.
And even though he doesn't watch Bleach or knew that the sword was from Bleach and actually, in fact, doesn't like Bleach, I mean, it's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's fine. Yeah, that shit was hilarious to me, bro.
Yeah, that's like a nothing burger situation, but it's the fact that they stood on business so hard.
Yeah. No, I
it's
agree.
Like, okay, the Jew guy says that it's offensive, so just take down the post, all right? But nope. Yeah. Standing on business.
It was one of those really, dude, really situations, but it's like obviously you can analyze as much as you want, but I think it's a waste of time to go after Hamas or any of his orbiters for anything that you can speculate when you can just go after them for all the horrible things that you can actually prove, which I think is just a lot easier to do. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual terrorist support is insane. Like, there's another clip of Hasan saying, like, he did like this whole eulogy. He made a video titled "Israel Targets Another Journalist," and he's like, Israel today killed a journalist, a friend of mine, Hasan Shabbat. He helped me so much with like information and stuff. And if you look into Hasan Shabbat for like 2 seconds, he's a Hamas sniper. He's a sniper terrorist that put on a journalist press badge, and he gave him like a whole eulogy on his channel. Like, Jesus. There are unbelievable amounts of these.
Here, let me watch this Mia Khalifa clip. I have it pulled up right here.
All right, go for it.
I bet this is gonna be great.
It's
hottest Mia Khalifa porn you've ever seen?
I don't even remember.
My favorite one, the only one that I ever enjoyed, was about 2 minutes, where she was dressed as a slutty college girl, and she was failing math, and she says, "I may be bad at math, but I'm really good at sucking dick," and then starts to suck her professor's penis.
I think my favorite Mia Khalifa porn is when Mia Khalifa got absolutely fucked by the entire porn industry when they fired her for her opinions on October 7th.
Okay, let's see this one.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the U.S. military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, "Oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan." Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the U.S. government does not give a fuck about you once you cannot.
I don't know how people like actually have that much of an ego to think people give a fuck about their opinions because she got famous for just being a massive fucking whore.
It's crazy,
Hey.
and it's the whole squad. Like, here's tweets with them all together. You know, Hasan and Kneecap and Mia Khalifa. It's the same. It's the Goon Squad. Unironically, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a goofy, bro. That being said, say what you want about Hasan. He's so hot. But, you know, that's just me. You know?
I mean, I guess the Mia Khalifa equivalent of Twitch streaming.
Yeah, he's so hot, man. Like, if he were to open an OnlyFans, I'd pay $4.99, 100%. You know that guy's balls are insane. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, I honestly, you know how much I would love Hasan to make an OnlyFans, knowing that the CEO of OnlyFans donates money to Israel, and Hasan called out people for doing OnlyFans. It's like, dude.
Well, as much as I want to dunk on Hasan and, you know, Denims and Frogan and all of them, I think my chat's kind of politicked out for a while. Do you want to talk about the Cinder situation? Because I'm curious, because I know you've had just to refresh my, are you comfortable talking about, you got shit on by a lot of people in the VTubing community. I can't remember what that was for.
I remember.
Are you comfortable talking about it?
No, sure, I can talk about it.
So what happened?
The V Shoujo one?
Yeah, the V Shoujo one. Yeah, what happened?
So, in a nutshell, there was this this group of doxer people that basically came together, and they were like representing themselves as V Shoujo.
Okay.
And they would try to get like people's information and say, "Hey, congratulations, you got into V Shoujo." And people were like, "Well, that's so cool." And they're like, "Well, here's the contract. Just, you know, sign on the line or whatever." And they would end up doxing themselves. And then this doxer group would post their information online and swat them and harass them. So they tried to do this to me. And essentially, I sussed them out a little bit. I gave them like fake info. I spoke to V Shoujo behind the scenes, and they said, yeah, they knew about this. People were already doxed and swatted from these people. And I said, you got to make this public. People are using your name to get to people, and you're not. And no one knows this is happening. Like, I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah.
So I basically made a video about it, talking about how it was happening. And obviously that made V Shoujo look a little bad at the time. And after that, I was kind of attacked by like every single V Shoujo person, plus just, you know, random people coming out of the woodwork. You know how it's like when you get canceled and just other people decide to just show up and be like, I always hated him.
Yeah, the dog.
He's always a monster.
Yeah, the dog pile mentality, 100%.
Yeah, true. Thank you for not dogpiling, by the way. Very cool.
Absolutely, man. Of course. I was going to ask. So, who were the people who dogpiled you? But I think that we don't need to go into that.
I don't need to bring up 5-year-old drama. I basically
this was
given
5 years ago.
It's maybe 3-4 years ago. It's a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the need to. Yeah, I think it was like 4 years ago. I don't feel the need to do that kind of thing.
For sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to get caught up on what happened. Out of curiosity, and trust me, I understand the dogpile mentality because the moment this happened with me, actually, by the way, I was in a beef with this guy called Atsu, and I remember. He feigned a suicide note to try to one-up me. He did.
That's crazy.
And so many VTubers were on that post.
Wait, like actually a suicide note?
Yes.
Like he faked his death?
No, like he used enough terminology to lead people to believe that what the document was a suicide note. Like the first 20 pages read as a suicide note. It wasn't until
20 pages?
You should go check it out sometime. It wasn't until page 42 of a 62-page doc where he said, by the way, guys, I'm not suicidal. Even though every other terminology that was used for the first page and like first 20 pages was like, yeah, this is it. It's over. There's no reason to live anymore. And you know, you chat can back me up on that one. They were all there for that. And yeah, a lot of VTubers were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe he did this to you, before actually looking into the situation at all. So like, trust me, I understand. It happens. But the VTuber clout chase is very dangerous on social media. And I do think it's leads to a lot of unnecessary backlash happening to otherwise innocent people. It's kind of like when the whole Cinder drama was going on, I was like, I'm not gonna give my opinion at all until I hear Cinder's side. I read every single document, I heard every single person's perspective, and I waited for Cinder to come out and talk herself. I even tried to DM her about 4 or 5 times. No response, unfortunately. Because I understand how people will run with a narrative. But after Cinder's response was so fucking terrible, I was like, oh, okay, so she's just actually a piece of shit. Now, that being said, Nux, and I'm sure you'd agree, what Cinder's done, a lot of VTubers have also done. They're just not caught in the public eye.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, I remember during my VShojo drama, for example, basically all of my friends in the VTuber sphere got messages from people, whatever, no need to bring people into the public here, but got messages from people saying, if you ever associate with Nux, we're going to make sure you have no future in the VTuber industry. And obviously that's pretty terrifying.
Oh, yeah. Right? Hey, trust me. Same thing happened to me.
I'm sure it did.
Yep, they said,
I got messages, by the way, lots of messages not to hang out with you. Not during that Genshin drama, but during the
other stuff,
the allegations with no evidence drama.
Yeah, of course. Which is always very fun.
Crazy.
Trust me. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous how a fucking crying woman can ruin somebody's fucking life with no proof whatsoever, even though they're already proven, documented to be mentally unstable. It's fucking unbelievable. But don't worry. Eventually we'll get justice for that. And the good news is you get to learn who the snakes are. And that's what's really nice.
That is true. I say that basically every time I get into drama.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, that's good. Now I know there are more snakes. Woo!
Yep. I will say, I've probably only been caught off guard maybe 4 or 5 times in my career. Because like there are some people who I'll talk to where I'm just like, okay, well, you're gonna turn on me one day, but let's enjoy this ride while we can. Because you're so fun. But then there are some other people where I'm like, wow, damn, you didn't even reach out to me? Fucking 5 DMs left unread? That's fucking nuts. All right, well, I guess it's like that. But it's only happened very very few times. Because you and me we're pretty good Among Us players, so we can kind of tell a little bit more than the average Joe can. But yeah, it's definitely
when we're not cheating, you know.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's definitely it left a sour taste in my mouth, but do you think...
Yeah, no, it's awful.
I want to know in your perspective, and then we'll drop it entirely. What do you think VShojo thought from their perspective that made them so angry at you?
I think based on my memory, I think they believed the lie that I was asked not to post the video exposing that there was someone using VShojo's name to dox people.
Yeah.
And that's what they all came after me for. They all said, you were asked not to post this video and you betrayed our trust. I was never asked not to post the video. In fact, I got my video approved by VShojo before I posted it. Which is why, that ultimately after that drama, kind of died down, I still had a career. I don't feel like I lost any fans through it at the end of the day.
Yeah, wait, you showed proof that they gave you the okay to post that?
Yep. And my response was it was a 2-minute long video on Twitter with all the DMs.
Yeah.
And it proved everything I said was true, it turned out. I didn't lie about a single claim I made during that entire drama. I showed proof and everything. VShojo tried to respond after that with like a subreddit post, and they ended up getting called up by the community, and they edited their own subreddit post like 6 times. I didn't even respond to that. Also, when I made my video, VShojo retweeted my video and posted a thank you Nux for making this video on their Twitter account. And then they deleted that post after they came for me. It was definitely ugly. It was a little ugly, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so now they're kind of they're kind of ashamed of how hard they fucked you, and now they just kind of don't want to acknowledge your existence because that acknowledges their malpractice?
Something like that.
Okay, cool. I don't want to speculate too much. So let's say you're in Cinder's boots. You are Cinder. You got Triple J jugs, bubbly personality. What's the play?
Oh, fuck.
What's the play? Because I know what my play would be. How about I go first while you think of yours?
I'd be too humiliated to come back, to be honest. I really would, because Cinder's I urge you to go to Cinder's Twitter profile, search in her past tweets for the word friends. 80% of her tweets are I love my friend so much.
So yeah, that's kind of
so
hard
the
to come
issue
back
is when that becomes like your brand is being just such good friends with everybody, and then it turns out you kind of stab them all in the back. I would be too embarrassed to come back.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. I think that's a pretty fair take. Me personally,
what was your take?
As an Among Us main, I think it's very easy to just say, "Hey guys, I thought about what you all said, and it really resonated with me at my core, and I wanted to learn a lot from this. So I've been going to therapy for a month to kind of figure out
I hope you're joking. I hope you're kidding.
what's wrong with me, and I think I finally understand you guys were right, and I'm not going to prove this with an apology. I'm going to prove this with my actions. I'm just asking for another chance, and click the link in my bio because I started an OnlyFans."
You know what? You had me in the first half, but that would work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that is the age-old classic, man. That is the age-old classic. By the way, chat, move the fuck on. Mods, time out people for a week if they're not moving on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Trust me, I know how to run my stream. It's all good. But yeah, I think that is the play. But I don't know. I really don't think.
Or she can start glazing terrorists on Twitch.
Yeah, true. That would give her a free pass. Absolutely. Apparently, she also already has a fansly, so that's not really surprising. Which, by the way, I feel like if you're a VTuber and you don't have an OnlyFans and a fansly, you're just wasting money. Like, legit, there are people who will commission a $20 piece of artwork of their model nude, and people will spend $100 just to see it.
True, it's a life hack.
It's like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, what are we doing? It's like the most cringe shit I've ever seen in my entire life. But like, I mean, good God, we're really that fucking down bad? Like, holy shit. Yeah. Where do you think Cinder's biggest misplay was in the whole drama?
You mean since the drama started, or historically behind the scenes?
Let's do both.
You can't present yourself as being into friendship and only friendship, and then behind the scenes be as cutthroat as possible and not expect these DMs to get leaked. Whenever I send a DM to, I'd say, 90% of people, I reread the DM to make sure it can't possibly be screen capped and post without context to make me look bad. And I don't know how you're a content creator with hundreds of thousands of followers that is comfortable saying, yeah, maybe drop working with Bao and Silvervale. Maybe don't do that because we want to keep you on a leash forever.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's
historically, that's just retarded.
Yeah, no.
And mean, but also retarded.
Yeah. I think the whole issue with why this will definitely happen again is I think there's a lot of community fault, and I think there's a lot of idol culture fault for what's going on in the VTubing space. It is pretty nuts how if you have a good model, people will just assume that you're a good streamer. So the vitriolic nature that's gets brought out of VTubers for the chase to get a good rigger to make them a model is pretty insane. And wanting to lock down Nano, to Cinder's point, I would actually agree. Like, if she got Nano to only make models for her, it would have given her an insane career advantage.
True.
But
in response, say, hey, Nano, I love your work. I would like to pay you a salary to work with me exclusively. This is a $12,000 a month salary, or whatever the fuck, number they come up with. And you will be my exclusive artist and rigger, and write an exclusivity contract and make it clear and make it obvious and make it upfront.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I think trying to get an exclusivity
and it's up
contract
to Nano if she wants to or not.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a good idea to guilt trip someone into working exclusively with you, especially at the expense of your friends. Like, that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I do think
like, when I saw that DM where she said, anytime Silver wants you to make her artwork, just tell her no, and I'll pay you the amount she would have paid you. And it's like, whoa!
That's fucking nuts, bro. Like, that is fucking nuts. I do say, like, the VTuber space has to be exhausting to interact in. It just has to, because you know that, like, let's just be fucking real, guys. For fucking let's fucking lock into reality here for 30 seconds. You know for a goddamn fact that women are catty as fuck, and you know these women do not like each other as much as they have to appear they do on stream. And if you're not friends with everybody in the space, people make a huge fucking deal out of it. So it just really seems to me like the VTuber space is full of a bunch of people who don't really want to interact with each other, but are forced into doing so over and over and over and over again. Because the VTubing space is becoming very, very, very niche. And if you are friends with a larger content creator, you're going to get a lot of viewers by just being in proximity. Like, it's an insane amount. Now it's like the crossovers for being friends with, like, you know, me, or example. Like, I know if I'm friends with someone and they're a half decent streamer, they're gonna get a boost of anywhere between 200 and 400 viewers. 100%. I know
Makes
that
sense.
a million, because there are some people in my chat who are like, oh, this guy's friends with John. I want to go watch his stream because he's friends with my favorite streamer. But with the VTubing space, it's like, if you're friends with, like, one of the big names in the industry, you're getting like an extra 1,000, 2,000 viewers for just being in proximity of that friend group and being part of the clique. And it's exhausting.
True.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. The VTuber space has issues like any other space. I think, I don't know. It could come down to a lot of things. Firstly, it's like an incredibly female-dominated space, as opposed to, like, you know, basic gaming, basic streaming, basic commentary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's obviously going to have a different dynamic, I think, than the others mentioned. Also, it's a very superficial, like, as an example, okay? Denims gets a lot more viewers than Frogan.
I wonder why that is.
And the reason is obvious.
I wonder what. Say the exact same political views, guys. The exact same.
Right, it's the same content.
Yep.
It's the same reacting to Ethan Klein crashing out. It's the same Hasan glazing. But there are two reasons why Denims gets a lot more views.
Yeah, I will say, guys, I'll give Frogan some credit. I think Frogan's a much better streamer than Denims. I will. I do
That's
think
pretty good.
she is. I do. You know, I mean, jokes aside, I think she's a great streamer for her size. Well, okay. Well, not like that. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, she's like the largest small content creator on the platform. But yeah, no, I think she's great. But
Bro, her two phone lines have different area codes, brother.
Yeah, I know. You know, she called me a ugly divorced lolly lover, and she didn't get timed out for that.
No way.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that, ugly divorced bald lolly lover, which is just like, all right.
But what I saw your thing on Twitter, and you're so right. You're literally so right. I mean, Hasan called me twice. Well, he didn't say it. He insinuated that I'm a pedophile twice.
For people who don't know what I'm so right about, can you quote that to my chat?
Yeah, essentially, Tectone said that the whole Hasan orbit just likes to go after people by calling them all sorts of criminals instead of, like, actually engaging with any arguments.
Absolutely.
Which is just true. It's completely true.
Yep. You can't...
Hasan said that I have a psychosexual attraction to him.
Stop.
Yep.
That's a fucking clip.
That was a banger.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, like, they can't say that they're wrong. They can't even result in things like fat, stupid, ugly, which... Color me surprised when people were saying, I can't believe he went that hard on Frogan. It's like, these are third-grade insults, people. Fat, ugly?
I would way rather be called ugly than a pedophile. Okay?
Straight
what
up.
Are we talking about?
Like, you call these people fat and ugly. They call you rapist, abuser, pedophile, lollipop. It's like, bro, they called Asmongold a pedophile. And, like, we're going to draw the line at me calling a fatty a fat one? Like, what is that? I feel like the internet is so fucking sensitive these days. Like, I swear to God, like, if people want to cancel me over calling somebody fat and ugly and stupid, do not listen to the shit I was saying on Xbox Live. Do not check out my League of Legends all chat logs, brother. You will think I'm the fucking Antichrist. Like,
no, but the thing is, if you want to have, like, an incredibly toned down website where every streamer is just nice to each other, all right, okay. But, like, calling someone fat versus calling someone a rapist pedophile, all right? Like, what is even going on? Like, this is coming from Hasan, Diddy Party Hasan, right? Bro went to a brothel in Germany that was later raided for sex trafficking children, all right? Like, and this dude is calling everyone else a pedophile. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro goes in
or
on
insinuating, rather.
Bro goes in on Dan Saltman like every other day on how like Diddy was involved with like his tiny chat thing. And it's like, Hasan, you went to a Diddy party where you said they were playing pornographic videos of minors. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what type of point is this to bring up right now? It just makes no fucking sense. But yeah.
Well, Hasan didn't say it was pornography of minors. He said it was sexually attractive minors, I think.
I appreciate that clarification. And I would love to retract that previous statement. I don't want to put out misinformation, guys, so I was wrong. I appreciate you having that there for me, Nux. That's the article that I read yesterday, so I guess it was a misinformation article, but I trust your word more than theirs. But yeah, great. Well, either way, that's kind of weird, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think. Yeah.
Yeah, a little weird. Where are you streaming these days, Nux?
I stream on Kick.
Exclusively?
I stream on Kick. Exclusively on Kick. I upload clips to my YouTube.
And that's kick.com/Nuxanor?
That's it.
Okay, hell yeah. Yo, guys, feel free to go follow him there. Mods, if you want to shout that out, that'd be great. How is streaming on Kick these days?
I like streaming on Kick better than Twitch. I like the idea that people could say more of what they want in chat. People in chat could say retard, and it doesn't call the Twitter police.
Can my chat not? Can you guys not say that word retarded in the chat, guys? Can you not say that on Twitch? I can't remember. Oh, wait, some of my chatters say it. They get away with it, I think. Maybe they're in a safe space here. I guess I just told my mods we don't care. But yeah, I guess that's better just to not worry about that. What else is like streaming on Kick like?
It's basically the same as Twitch, except there's way less people live, so you can't like raid people as well.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much smaller. But I do like when I get 50 subs on Twitch, it's like nothing compared to 50 subs on Kick. The 95-5 split definitely is nice.
It's 95-5?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And also Kick pays per hour streamed.
What does that scale off of?
Views, based on your views.
Okay, so let's say I go on Kick and I average.
I think for like 1,000 views, it's probably like $80 an hour or something. Like I'm just estimating, and something like that.
That is fucking ridiculous. That is, dude,
Yeah.
if I got paid that shit on Twitch, I would be streaming 12 hours a fucking day. Like, that's nuts. Dude, maybe I should start multi-streaming to Kick.
I think you can now. They cut the amount they pay per hour depending on how you have open.
Wait,
Which makes sense, I guess.
Wait, they cut the amount of how much you pay per hour per how many streams you have open?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Like if you're multi-streaming, they'll pay you, I think, half per hour or something.
No, that makes sense. You got anything else in your mind, or is that just about wrap up everything that you had in your head?
Yeah, Hasan, Cinder. I mean, that's kind of what's going on.
Okay.
I guess.
Have you are you playing any games these days, or what's your content like?
It's mostly drama, politics on Nuxanor, and it's just kind of like lore, anime stuff on Nuxtaku.
Is there any like type of like anime you want to like give me a recommendation to right now?
Well, I actually just watched an anime you recommended, Orb.
What'd you think?
It was amazing. It was so good. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was
so good. I couldn't believe it.
Episode 24 was amazing to me because the payoff you get in the burning, to vaguely allude to it, the burning church scene.
Yeah.
That was insane to me. Because then,
so my favorite part of the show, probably my favorite moment. I know this probably wasn't anyone else's, but when like the guy that could see really far. He's like, I see Venus, and Venus is full. And the guy just like it's such a nerd thing. It's like, it proved without a shadow of a doubt that it's a heliocentric solar system. And it's like, damn, break those boundaries, man.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was so good. I think the thing with that show is that you truly, it's crazy because the plot is so predictable. Get this, guys, they're going to prove that it's heliocentric. Right? Oh my God! Spoiler: Monkey D. Luffy finds the One Piece, but the way they get there, I never saw that shit coming in a fucking 1,000 years. Like even down to the changes in the theme song, it's fucking insane to me.
Yeah,
it's nuts. It's so well written for like what you would assume would be a predictable plot. Is one of the most unpredictable shows I've ever seen. Or like the back.
It is. I would agree. I would agree. Like you think it's going well, and shit happens, and you're like, God damn.
One of the other parts was like when the things had the things written on the back of their head. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. That was crazy.
Yeah. Fucking so good.
When the kid tells the Inquisitor guy, it's like, I have poison.
Yes, I know. Bro,
I couldn't believe it.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until the series ended, by the way.
Damn.
Like I was in disbelief the whole time. That's how good it was. I was like, I was constantly questioning, is this what's being put in front of me? Is this actually what happens? It's so good, bro. It's so good. I hope everybody gives Orb's Rotation of the Earth a chance. It's so fucking good.
And I love how the contribution of every person like mattered, and it was all different, right? Like you got some that were scholars, some that had good eyesight, some that had like determination, some that just wanted money.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just a million little pieces that came together to, to find truth.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
By the way,
another anime that I watched recently, I don't know if you saw it, Dungeon Meshi.
I've seen it.
It's so good.
It's so
amazing.
Good. Yeah, it's really good. There's a new season coming out, right?
Yeah.
I would like to give you a recommendation for a video game if you're interested in playing those in 2025.
All right.
It's called Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Was that the new one that everyone's talking about?
Yes, and it's for a reason why everyone's talking about it. It's like game of the decade, if not game of the century.
Wait, are you? What?
It's
a sci-fi.
Yeah, there's fantasy elements for sure. It will blow your fucking mind. Like, there's very rare games where I say, yeah, it's the best game of all time. But it's definitely the best game of all time.
All right, I will do it.
Okay.
I will take your advice.
Yeah, and it's a great stream game. It is. Like, it is so fucking good. I'm gonna pray to God that you don't have a chat that would spoil you. But it is.
I'm gonna play it off stream.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play it.
Okay. It'll take 5 minutes for the game to hook you.
Damn.
And then,
damn. All right.
And then in 8 hours, it will give you better world building than One Piece does in 400 episodes. Are you a big One Piece guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gives you better world building than One Piece in 8 hours. Try it, man. It's crazy.
I will try it. I will try it.
And the best thing is, there's no way for me to overhype this. There's no way. Like, I could sit here and tell you it changed my life, it cured my cancer, and there's no way to overhype this fucking game. It's like really that good. And I'm trying, and I don't want to spoil shit for you, bro. I don't want to say any names of the fucking characters. Like, if you have time, bro, like, just try it. It's fucking outrageous, and it's only $50.
Bro. All right. I will buy it. I will play it.
Okay.
I will.
Hell yeah. Well, Nux, I wish you a great day, and I appreciate you talking.
Hell yeah. Thank you. If there are any other drama topics over the next whenever, you could always message. It's always a pleasure.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll see you, buddy.
All right. Take it easy.
Peace.